Good morning from, where am I? Hi, hello, it's Sarah once again. This is part 4 of the New Mexico road trip, and it is the final installment. We are done. We are finished. Finito. Completed. All the words. Yeah. Walked around downtown Las Vegas, around the plaza area. I did finally remember to put on the GoPro while I was walking around. Did not change the SD card, and it was immediately full. So there's not a lot of content, but we'll see some photos here. So just walked around the plaza and down one of the streets for a sign that I had pinned, and I had you clipped on, but then by the time I got back I realized it said that the SD card was full. So I don't know how much of that you're gonna see, but it happened. And then also I realized yesterday that there was a bunch of stuff that I thought I had filmed on the GoPro, but I had really just been turning it on and off again. Just not something you want to realize the day before your trip ends. But I have also got like 3 micro SDs full. So there is content, I just don't know what this video. It's gonna be a struggle, but you know what? It's gonna be good. I am sitting with half a tank of gas. I got 250 miles. I'm gonna see how long of a drive it is to Raton from here, because there are still a couple of things that I would like to shoot there, and then head up to Colorado. So if I see any of the signs and they look like they'd be easy to get to, I might stop, but honestly I'm ready to go. We're gonna listen to some Garth, baby. Once I packed up the car, I had a few places that I wanted to stop, but I really only ended up taking photos across the street from the gas station in Raton that I stopped at. It is the sign that we saw on the first day. We saw me freak out about how I saw a really cool sign. This was that sign. And then it was kind of stormy, rainy, gross the rest of the way home, which was the only day that I dealt with that kind of weather, thank goodness. The rest of the trip had been nothing but blue skies. And then, yeah, the last day, when I had a couple places I wanted to stop, I just decided I wanted to get home. Made it home. And my back is killing me. Oh my God. We made it. I don't know what I have to show for it, but I did the damn thing. So I did get the film back. Spoiler alert, it's not great. I enjoy shooting toy cameras, or like, especially ones that you can find on like Lomography. So I did only take my Holga and the Sprocket Rocket. So not like super clean images by any means. One of the things that I have learned about myself is that I don't know how to do anything gently. If I'm pushing a button, it's getting pushed. So when taking these film shots, I'd forgotten kind of that I have my mirrorless digital camera set up so that it's continuous shooting all the time, so that when I click down, I usually get 3 or 4 shots, and I can remove the ones on the ends because that is when I am moving the camera. That's something that I know that I do, and I kind of just forgot that that's something that I have dealt with on the digital side. When you're shooting film, there's no fixing that. So I need to remember to be more stabilized. And so a couple of these shots would have been better if I would have, you know, thought about it for half a second longer. But for the most part, these cameras have no focusing, no real change of anything, no settings that I can play with. So what you get is what you get. And so this is what I got. Now listen, are any of those photos going into any type of museum? Probably not. But I kind of love them in that they are what they are. These had no edits, nothing. This is just what I got. I definitely want to get used to shooting those cameras and consciously reminding myself not to be an idiot and move the camera while I'm shooting. Because that is definitely what happened on a few of those. But yeah, for the most part, I'm happy with the results. It is something that I want to do again, and we'll see what results I get with those in the future. I wish I would have shot more film. Would it all be just as bad? Yes. But I do wish I would have shot more. I think after a certain point, I was just so conservative with my clicks because I wanted to be really intentional and yada da da da, all the things. I wish I just would have shot it. Did I get some shots afterwards that I'm glad that I got on those rolls? Sure. Here's some of them now. But those clicks could have been reserved for the road trip. You live and you learn. Things that I learned on this trip. 1, I am completely capable of driving places I've never been. Parking in them, questionable, but I did it, and I'm pretty proud of that. Secondly, I think people forget how exhausting anxiety can be. Do I wish that I had gotten up earlier for sunrises? Yes. Do I wish that I would have been more comfortable staying out so that I could shoot sunset and not be scared of driving in the dark? Yes. All of these things, yes. But the fact that I did any of it is pretty remarkable. But I don't know if people who don't deal with like ridiculous fears know that just anxiety coursing through your body for hours on end. Once I got somewhere, I was so relieved to be in that place that I just needed to shut down for a minute. So especially doing that for days in a row, those last couple of days, I was done. My body was like, yo, you need to chill out. I think that in looking back, it would have probably been better all around if I had cut a couple of days off the trip. But I think that I'm capable of doing that length of a trip now. It might be the same kind of outcome, but maybe the, second to last day would have been a little more fulfilling this time around. So we'll see what I get planned in the next one. 100-year anniversary of Route 66 is in 2026. So just in a couple of years. So if anybody wants to plan like a little Chicago to California, I'm down. I know that there are some cities along the way that have been doing some improvements or restorations and things like that where they can. So some of the signs that have previously maybe not been in working condition might be. That's kind of exciting. So we'll see what happens there. I think there is a website talking about how they're trying to get some things ready for the celebration of 100 years of this, all-American road trip. So yeah, if anybody's down, I'm down. Maybe somebody else can drive for a while though. Stop yelling.